How we doing tonight on a Friday? Waiting for the system to let me know that we're live. And we're live. Okay, so there's controversy on the interwebs about LMNT's electrolytes, possibly containing more maltodextrin than is listed on the label. Now, I want to talk about whether or not this really matters and ask people why they care so much. If you ever have potato chips, if you ever have any gluten-free pastry or things like that, you're going to get a little maltodextrin in there. But I think the controversy comes because LMNT advertises themselves and promotes themselves to be a company that doesn't contain so-called dodgy ingredients. But when you actually look at what the product is, there's very little sodium. There's very little magnesium, very little potassium. It's mostly sodium and natural flavors. That's why it tastes so good. They have really nailed the taste on these products. That's why they're so popular. People are really paying for flavored salt. You're not getting a whole lot of magnesium or potassium. You're getting a lot of salt with really good flavors. That's what people are paying for. That's why it tastes so good, because these natural flavors, it turns out, are spray dried onto maltodextrin. Now, if you're worried about maltodextrin, then you shouldn't really have anything with natural flavors. There's going to be a small amount of maltodextrin in pretty much every product that has quote unquote natural flavors. That's just how it happens, and it turns out that LMNT, they do a good job with flavors, right? And so you're going to have more maltodextrin than you might have expected. Now, again, I know people are concerned about that because they're a company that says, well, we don't have dodgy ingredients, right? It's just salt, it's just magnesium, it's just potassium. Well, it's much more than that. I mean, just look at the flavor profiles that they have. I mean, there's the, of course, like lemon lime, and there's this mango chili flavor. There's a lot of really complex flavors. So you're getting a lot of natural flavors, and those are spray dried onto maltodextrin. Now, again, is 400 milligrams, 0.4 of a gram of maltodextrin a big deal? Probably not, especially if you exercise. If you're going to the gym and you have a little maltodextrin, who gives a crap? I mean, let's not freak out about it. Are you worried about the corn proteins or things like that? This is a carbohydrate derived probably from non-GMO corn. It's probably not that big of a deal. I can see why customers might be a little bit duped and thinking, oh my gosh, I've been drinking all this maltodextrin. 0.4 grams per serving. Now, again, it's probably higher than most people maybe might conceivably be comfortable with, but it's probably a drop in the bucket, especially if you're having 50, 60 grams of carbs per day, if you're on a paleo diet, or 25 grams a day if you're having 25 grams of carbs if you're on a low carb diet, whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I think it's quite interesting that people are surprised by this. Just look at the flavors. LMNT, which is owned by a private equity group called Proton Enterprises, they have big capital. They've worked with flavoring houses to make amazing flavors, and that's why people love it because it tastes good, and so these natural flavors have maltodextrin. Shocker, I know, but in the grand scheme of things, 400 milligrams, even on the higher end, it's not a big deal. And trust me, I'm not being paid by LMNT. I actually don't even really like their product. I have a competitive product. It's called the Myoscience Electrolyte Sticks. It's a much better product, I think. We do have natural flavors that have, between 50 and 100 milligrams of maltodextrin. Not a big deal. You're exercising, for goodness sakes. You're going to burn through, a few milligrams of maltodextrin. In fact, endurance athletes take maltodextrin during their exercise sessions because it helps to replenish broken down muscle glycogen and liver glycogen. I used to take maltodextrin all the time when I was a competitive elite cyclist. Hammer Nutrition. It was all maltodextrin. We're talking 20, 30 grams. Not 400 milligrams. But what's the controversy all about? Well, Dr. Tro put out this statement. Responded to this statement because, the spokespeople, and I like these spokespeople. I like Rob Wolf, Luis. These are great guys, but people get all bent out of shape about seemingly insignificant things. Again, you're paying for a lot of really good tasting sodium. I mean, you're not getting much magnesium or potassium, and that's why at Myoscience we built a better mousetrap. You're getting creatine, you're getting much more magnesium, potassium, and taurine in real salt. So anyway, I don't see what the big deal is. I think people are overreacting a little bit here, again, because it tastes so good. How do you think it tastes so good? It's because it's got a lot of natural flavors, which are spray dried on maltodextrin. I mean, if you have an allergy to maltodextrin, I don't know how you could technically, to have an allergy to something, it has to have protein. Maltodextrin is a sugar. I don't know how you could have, an allergy to maltodextrin. Maybe because it's a corn-derived sugar, you have a sensitivity, whatever. But again, people are freaking out. They've been guzzling this stuff for the past few years with no problems. And they're like, oh my gosh, I've been duped. I can see why you might have that perception, because the company does purport itself to be super pure and super clean in this. And so people are a little bit shocked that it might have upwards of 400 milligrams of maltodextrin. Now, again, if you're exercising, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But let's just see what the controversy is about. I think this is quite interesting here, that folks are really upset. So I'm going to clear this layer. We're going to go look. Sorry, we are going to go look at this Twitter thread here and talk a little bit more about this, because I think, again, it's fascinating. Let's go on down the list. So we're going over here to Twitter. This is what started all the controversy. Dr. Tro is sharing this information, and people are totally freaking out. I don't think the dose is that high. 400 milligrams of maltodextrin. Again, when you look at LMNT, you are seeing just the flavor profile. There's so much here. Just look at all the different flavors. So of course you're going to have maltodextrin, because these flavors. I don't even know what some of the flavors are. Chocolate salt, strawberry, raspberry salt, watermelon salt. And there's like a pepper, habanero pepper, mango. So yeah, look, you're paying for flavored salt, and so you're going to get maltodextrin. If you're concerned, then just make your own electrolytes, or you can get unflavored electrolytes. They have an unflavored option. Myoscience has an unflavored option if you want, if you're really concerned about it, or just make sure that you exercise. Again, I'm not sharing this to promote, our stuff, but if you look here at the unflavored electrolytes, this is what you're getting. You're getting creatine, real salt, magnesium, taurine, potassium, in significantly higher dosages. And so that's just, whatever, to each their own. But I see people just freaking out like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've been duped. How do you think a company would make a habanero salt chocolate electrolyte? It's from natural flavors. They're not putting chocolate extract in there. It's a natural flavor. And again, these are spray dried onto maltodextrin. So the more complex the natural flavor is and the better it tastes, the more maltodextrin you're going to get. That's why it tastes good. You couldn't make this at home without maltodextrin. Again, do I think it's that big of a deal? No, I really don't. 400 milligrams, right? Not 400 grams, milligrams. If you go sprint up some stairs, that 400 milligrams of maltodextrin is going to be gone. Like, it's going to be utilized it's not going to affect your blood sugar. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know why people are shocked by this. So again, this is a statement. I'm not trashing LMNT. I think what they've done to the awareness of salt and electrolytes is really cool. I really do. They've done a great job. And look, they're going after Gatorade, guys. Gatorade is dog manure, right? That product totally sucks. And they now have an RTD electrolyte, and it's got maltodextrin. Who gives a crap? You don't even know what's in Gatorade. It's probably corn syrup solids and glycerin and who knows what. That product is trash. It's owned by Pepsi. So LMNT is increasing the awareness. They're now doing television commercials. Like, they're huge. Proton Enterprises is huge. I think they own Garden of Life and other companies. Like, they're massive. They know what they're doing. They're a marketing machine, and they're doing a great job at increasing the awareness of electrolytes. So I think it's fine. But if you don't want maltodextrin, we'll just get an unflavored electrolyte if you're really that concerned about it. So anyway, that's where we're at. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section below. Just want to quickly remind you, metabolic health is really important. A natural product that can help you support metabolic health is the Berberine Fasting Accelerator by Myoscience. It can elongate your fast and help curb those evening food cravings. Check it out over at myoscience.com. Hundreds of reviews on this product that has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for the better part of 3,000 years. Berberine's awesome. Click the link in the description below. So let's get to some questions. I'm so curious if people are going to freak out at me on this one. I don't know. Okay, it could be higher. Some people are commenting, well, it's 10 calories, which means it's 2 grams of maltodextrin. 2 grams. Now that's, if you're an insulin resistant, overweight diabetic who doesn't exercise, 2 grams of maltodextrin still is not that big of a deal. I mean, look, I understand how as a consumer you might feel duped. Like, dude, you said no dodgy ingredients and there's 2 grams of maltodextrin. I'd be like, okay, that's kind of a problem. But in the grand scheme of things, 2 grams of maltodextrin, probably not that big of a deal. I mean, especially if you're exercising. But I understand the perception, right? Because the perception is it's the cleanest electrolyte on the product, on the market, and yada, yada. And then if it does have upwards of 2 grams, which I don't think that is the case. They put out a statement. It's between 250 and 250 and 450 milligrams. Someone said unsubscribe. Thanks. Why would you unsubscribe from this video? Okay. Is this an April Fool's joke? I can't believe what he is saying. Oh my God, what? Mike, look at the ingredients and tell me what the 6 grams of each stick goes. Yeah, I don't know. Mike, you're missing the point. People drink this while fasting. It's blunting your fast. How do you think it tastes so good? It's because it's sprayed right on maltodextrin. I mean, guys, why are you surprised by this? How do you think it tastes so good? It's because natural flavors. These are sprayed right onto either dextrose or maltodextrin. Like, yeah, I mean, this is why most clinical studies have people do water-only fasts. So if you having something that tastes really sweet and hits those sensory profiles is probably going to augment some of the benefits of the fast, guys. I mean, this is a reality, right? Someone says sugar tastes good. Yeah, sugar does taste good. That's why you shouldn't have too much of it. Again, I'm not giving this company a hall pass. I don't make any money off it. I don't even drink LMNT. I think it's expensive for what you're getting. It's a ripoff. All you're getting is salt. You're getting flavored salt. Now, I think what the company's doing for the electrolyte awareness space is good. They're competing with Gatorade. But again, am I overly concerned about maltodextrin? For most people, no. But I understand the perception is like, hey, this contains no dodgy ingredients. Oh, and by the way, there's all this maltodextrin. Yeah, so I see why people are having an issue with it. I do. But again, in the grand scheme of things, I see people at the grocery store buying gluten-free potato chips, right? Gluten-free Siete Kitchen chips. Those natural flavors also have maltodextrin. I've been to these health conferences. I see what people have for lunch. A lot of people eat crap. So again, I think it's like if someone is going to freak out about the maltodextrin thing, be logically consistent. Let's see what's in your fridge, right? Let's see how clean you are actually eating. That's all I'm saying here. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I understand the perception is no dodgy ingredients. And then, oh, by the way, there's maltodextrin. But that said, the reason why you bought it is because it tastes freaking good, right? You loved the pineapple mango, all the stuff. Like you got it for that. The spicy chocolate, whatever. That's why you're buying it, because it tastes good. How do you think it tastes so good? Because it's got salt in it? No. It's got a lot of natural flavors to overcome all that salt. 1,000 milligrams of salt is a lot. So you need a lot more flavors to sort of buffer that. So I don't know why people are freaking out. Yeah, so I've read through the ingredients. I've read through some of the blogs. I understand what people are saying. So anyway. What about the stevia? Okay. Lithian has a point here. Depending upon the source, maltodextrin can also trigger non-celiac wheat allergies, and it causes a very unpleasant reaction to celiac sufferers. That's why the FDA requires it on food labels. It's a good point. It should be there. I understand what you're saying. I do. Mike, I commend you for speaking the truth. The truth hurts. I know. Yeah, people are butthurt about this, but again, I don't know why people are surprised with all these wild flavors, that taste really good. Like, how do you think they got them to taste that good? Someone says, I get paid to promote LMNT. No, I don't. I have a competitive product. I built in my opinion, a better product than LMNT. They've wanted to reach, I don't get paid by them. Dobby, I do not get paid by LMNT. I like Rob Wolf. Wow, a lot of people have unsubscribed for this. That's so funny. All right, guys, look, I've done a video comparing the product that I built that is, in my opinion, better than LMNT. I'm not, oh my gosh, I can't even believe people are this binary thinking. This is crazy. I'm damaging my own credibility with this? Sandra, can you please elaborate? How am I damaging my credibility for this? What did I say that damages my credibility? Because people are freaking out over 400 milligrams of maltodextrin when they eat crap, gluten-free chips and all this sort of stuff. What do you think you were getting when you bought LMNT? It tastes amazing. How do you think it got there? From natural flavors. So yeah, I'll clear this layer. I don't know why people are getting all butthurt here. I'm not promoting LMNT. I drank it like once or twice. Okay. A lot of people are bent because they love LMNT. That's why. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Another comment comes in saying, okay, there's some trolls here. All right. So I guess it's the trolls. I don't even get it. Again, so just to summarize here, there's a lot of controversy about LMNT having maltodextrin. I understand why people are concerned because the company has positioned themselves to be a brand that contains no dodgy ingredients. Yet when they put out a statement saying, oh, by the way, we might have up to 450 milligrams of maltodextrin. So on the one hand, consumers are bent about that because they were consuming this thinking that it was just sodium, magnesium, and potassium and a little bit of stevia. Well, it turns out that all the spicy mango and the chocolate, these natural flavors, they get spray dried onto maltodextrin as a carrier. So you're getting a little bit more maltodextrin than you might have thought. So I understand why people are upset. Well, at the same time, the reason why they like this product is because it tasted really good. How do you think it tasted good? Not because of sodium, magnesium, and potassium, because of the natural flavor. So on the one hand, you love the product because it tasted good. On the other hand, you're pissed because it tastes good, and that good taste comes from maltodextrin. Well, maltodextrin is the carrier for the natural flavors. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have something that tastes absolutely freaking amazing and then be pissed that it might have a little maltodextrin. Now, if you're concerned about the 400 milligrams of maltodextrin, I would say exercise a little bit more, right? Many endurance athletes, and I don't get paid by LMNT, guys. I made a competitive product that is better than LMNT and it's more affordable and it has creatine. I don't care if you use LMNT. I don't. I'm not getting paid by them. So what I'm trying to say here is it's probably not that big of a deal. If you exercise, if you have, like someone said, celiac or what have you. But I understand why consumers are upset. I get it, but I don't know what to say. I really don't. Okay. Social media influencers recommend LMNT. Therefore, by criticizing LMNT, it probably criticized the influencers. I prefer to think using my brain. Yes. I love that. Right. Buy the unflavored and stop complaining. Exactly. Exactly. I buy magnesium powder, potassium powder, and salt. Done. Boom. Easy. Well, I would recommend buying unflavored creatine, throwing that in there, or you can check out the unflavored creatine. Yeah. Okay. Fair to Meddling says, it's a big deal if you have glucose issues, and natural flavors is very misleading in a lot of products. I understand that. That's why people are pissed. I do. But again, I think if you exercise, a little bit of natural flavors here and there is probably not that big of a deal. So anyway, guys, what do you think of this video? I'm surprised at the comments. The comments are pretty egregious. People are a little bit triggered by this. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like button. What are you doing this weekend? Let me know. Let me know in the comments section below. Unflavored everything? Yes. I know people get triggered nowadays. It's a really interesting time. Friends, have an awesome weekend. Thanks for coming on. If you want to support what we do over at High Intensity Health, check out the Miles Science Berberine Fasting Accelerator. This is a tool that doesn't contain maltodextrin, by the way, but it does help support your fast and elongate your fast and curb those evening food cravings and support metabolic health. Check it out if you are so inclined. Be sure to share this video if you got some value. We have a good blood work video coming out tomorrow, and I hope you have a good weekend. Until next time, have a good day, my friends. We'll catch you all later. Bye.